Hello, my name is Arjun, and today I'm going to talk about Project Dragonfly and Google in China. China is a huge market that Google has not been able to penetrate yet. Google.cn was an attempt in the 2010, but it was taken down due to huge compliance issues and ethical issues with Google. This has led to Project Dragonfly, which is aimed at providing access to information to Chinese people in accordance with the various policies instituted by the Chinese government. It was supposedly started back in 2017 and dropped in 2019 with over 100 people working on it at a particular time. China has garnered an ill repute for how they manage dissent. According to Wikipedia, this includes the use of coercive means of suppression, censorship, imprisonment, or re education through labor, and the creation of a vast domestic security apparatus. This brings us to Chinese Project Dragonfly, which was supposedly expected to show 99% of the search results, banning the other 1% in accordance with these policies. This was dangerous as it could lead to tunnel vision in the various sectors of the Chinese diaspora and restrict freedom. Another important aspect of the project was providing search result histories and other private information to Chinese governmental agencies. This is a very crucial aspect of the project as it leads to a restriction on people's right to speech and information while also giving aimed at curbing number of dissenters. The project was hidden for a long time and only revealed in 2018 by a leaked internal memo within Google. Intercepted by the interpreter, it was supposed to be a deliberate action by employees who were fundamentally opposed to the project and wanted the public to know more about it. 265.com is the motivation behind the project. Google purchased the site in 2008 in an effort to expand their influence into China. This is a censored search engine which was originally designed to block out categories of information related to democracy, human rights, and peaceful protests. At least one of the engineers obtained a key needed to access an API associated with 265.com and used it to harvest search results from the site. Members of Google's privacy team, however, were kept in the dark about the use of 265.com, which was a serious breach of company protocol in itself. Then these engineers used a tool called Beacon Tower to check whether any websites in the Google search results would be blocked by China's internet censorship system. Through this process, the engineers compiled a list of thousands of banned websites, which they integrated into Dragonfly so that it would purge links. Project Dragonfly has always been notorious in its implementation and following of rules. The report mentioned earlier said that Google bypassed security and privacy staffers on certain decisions and did invite some of them to a Project Dragonfly related meeting with the company's senior leadership. Scott Beaumont, Google's key architect of the Project Dragonfly, did not feel that the security and privacy legal teams should be able to question his product decisions. He maintained an openly adversarial relationship with them, which is again outside of Google's norm. The internal dispute at Google over the 265.com data access is not the first time information related to Dragonfly has been withheld from the company privacy team. This creates a culture of misinformation and secrecy, which is dangerous for a company that handles so much of the world's data. After publishing of the article detailing the project details, 1,400 Google employees signed a petition to increase transparency for the project. Amnesty International even wrote a condemning letter and even created a fake job ad detailing the Project Dragonfly details to bring the attention to the issue. Even politicians spoke out against the project, with the then Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, and Senator Warner citing issues of endangering privacy of Chinese customers and restraint of basic fundamental freedoms. The issue was, however, with China controlling aspects of US economy. What was dangerous was Google's response to this project, where Google sent thousands of pixel tracked emails to employees to delete all emails with regard to the project. Google was clearly being led by the Chinese policy of curbing dissent in this action. This transference of restriction of dissent policies from China to Google shows how new markets can affect producer values. Google's actions went directly against the core values of democracy and not being evil. Google's response to these protests was not popular and widely criticized, seeing how big Google is. Employees at Google say that many of them took jobs at Google hoping that the firm would be willing to place its values above its profits. But these actions show that this is no longer the case. Google is too powerful not to be held accountable, they write at the letter's conclusion. In responding to these criticisms, in mid October, Google CEO Sundar Pichai said the project was important for exploration purposes and that they were not sure whether they were going to implement it or not. He also defended the engine, saying how it was providing better information, however limited, than the current engines present in China. Google's mission statement is to organize the world's information to make it universally accessible. In the era after Project Dragonfly, what needs to be seen is whether Google sticks to this mission statement of universal accessibility or do they bend to the pressures of the regime under which they have to be operating. Currently, the project has been discontinued, though Google has said nothing about not working on similar projects in the future. This project has highlighted the ethical conundrum between increasing business and an affliction to core values, and how even the biggest of the biggest companies reside in the gray area between the two. Thank you.